Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's 8 p.m. and it's Wednesday night, so that means this is On the Mark. I'm Troy Libert and I'm going to be your host for this evening. Of course, you know it's 2 hours of uninterrupted talk radio. That's On the Mark for you. Straight talk across the Narrows. And every Wednesday we try to come here and we try to bring something of substance, something that we feel like the general public, could do with that knowledge. And of course, it's a call-in show, so it's not just about what we come to say, but it's about what the general public have to bring to the show. Of course, people call in and they tell us exactly what's going on all around St. Kitts and Nevis, and sometimes even in the wider world. Of course, if you're following us on YouTube, Van Radio, YouTube, now in the past we used to only be on radio, so you could listen to us and you couldn't watch us. But now you can listen and you can watch. So if you're following on YouTube and you look at it, you'll realize that I'm wearing my mask. That means I'm not in the studio alone. It means I have a guest in the studio, and I'll come to my guest in a few minutes. It's so amusing. If we were to reverse back to 2019 and I were to tell somebody, hey, come inside the building wearing a mask, they would say that could never happen, But fast forward to where we are now in 2021, the reverse is what's difficult. You can't get inside the building now without your mask, so how time changes. We just have to live, do the best that we can do each and every day, because you never know where the world is headed. You never know what's going to happen. And so we have to count each day, each and every day. We have to count it as a blessing, because you just never know what's going to happen, in a few months or in a few years or anything like that. So I'm very, very happy to be here on the Mark with you. Of course, lots of things have been happening. Last week we had budget in Nevis. This week, I think yesterday, we had the budget over on St. Kitts, the federal budget. And then of course today we had the response from the leader of the opposition, and then we had a few other presentations from members of the government and so on. And the debate continues over on St. Kitts in the federal parliament, and I know a lot of people like to tune in for the debate because they like to hear the back and forth and so on. I actually like to listen to a little bit of it, so who knows, maybe tonight we could talk about the things that we picked up from the budget last week here on Nevis, and the things that we picking up so far from the federal budget happening over in Bastille. So without any further ado, let me introduce my guests for this evening, and it's of course the lovely and beautiful Julie Libert, here to represent the Nevis Tourism Authority. And of course, if you realize that two of us are carrying Libert, you don't have to ask. She is indeed my cousin, and I have known that since I have known myself. so we are very close. So cuz, I want to welcome you to the studios of Van Radio, and particularly to On the Mark, straight talk across the Narrows. And I know you're here to promote something that's happening quite soon, something that the NTA is doing. So without any further ado, I'll turn it over to you.
Well, good evening to the listening and viewing audience. Good evening, cuz. Yes, I'm here on behalf of the Nevis Tourism Authority. Thank you for the invitation, and I would like to say season's greetings to everyone who is listening and also viewing. Now, the reason why I'm here is last year we at the Nevis Tourism Authority recognized that it was important for us to bring some cheer and something, to our listening and viewing audience, because times, as you say, were different. Persons were, locked up, for want of a better word, and we wanted to bring something to our nationals, residents, and the wider world. So we decided on an event which we call Nothing Like a New Vision Holiday. And that was well received last year, and we thought of why not do it again this year. And this year we are having it on Saturday, December 18th. We had it last year at the Hermitage. We decided why not have it again at the Hermitage. So on Saturday from 3 to 7, Nothing Like a New Vision Holiday will be what we would want everyone to attend.
So it's Saturday from 3 to 7. And can you give us a little bit more detail on exactly what the
Well, yes.
event?
The event is us, including some of our artisans this year, because last year we had persons like the masquerades and the cellist choir, persons singing, because it's Christmas. It's a Christmas event, so we wanted, as the name says, Nothing Like a New Vision Holiday. And because it's Christmas, we felt that it was something that we can include the traditions of Christmas. So, you used to have like the bull, the masquerades, the mokojambis and all that. So this year we're including the mokojambis. We're also including the cakewalk dancers. And food is a part of Christmas. We have traditional dishes. Normally it's like a black cake, or you have tart or sweet potato pudding. So we'll have demonstrations. So somebody will be demonstrating how to make sweet potato pudding this year. And then we also have the cellist choir. The cellist choir is a staple for Christmas. They are also coming back again this year. And then a few of our local singers, entertainers as well.
So people like me, who I'm an aspiring chef, I can come and get my pastry baking skills honed a little bit.
Definitely. Definitely. I mean, and this is something that we feel, given the response that we had last year, it is something that we can do each year. So of course we'll be coming around to persons, asking them to come on board. And we find that we have quite a lot of people who know how to do these things, but they prefer not to be on camera. We're asking persons to, if you know that this is something that you want to do, beforehand.
Till you pass Panko Shop and you take that left, Hermitage Road, which was recently repaved, I think sometime back in 2017, if I'm not mistaken. It was widened and so on, so you can get up to the hotel quite easily. And I guess it's going to be a afternoon into the evening of folklore and all of that type of stuff. Persons who are into that, certainly somebody like me, I might pop by maybe later on.
Okay.
So.
Did you play any type of art form when you were younger?
I wouldn't say like cultural art forms per se, but I used to dabble with playing music and so on, and I used to try to singing singing choirs and so on.
I remember that. Yes, there was the boys and girls. Yes.
I used to sing in school choirs all the way through, from primary school up to high school. Even when I wanted to not be in the choir, I was told, you're going to be in the choir as you're not doing anything else. those were the days,
So I'm sure we have quite a lot of talent out there, and I think the Nothing Like a New Vision Holiday allows persons to express themselves in whatever way that they would like to.
Certainly. So I'd like to encourage the general public to come out and support that event on is this coming Saturday?
This coming Saturday, December 18th. Yeah.
Quite a lot of things happening Saturday. I have a few things here that I'm going to advertise a bit later on for Saturday. But folks, I'd say make the effort and get out to the Hermitage on Saturdays from 3 p.m. until 7 p.m. I think it's going to be a wonderful event. You get to see some of the cultural art forms, and you get to hear the cellist choir, and of course if you're into cooking and so on, you get to hone some of your skills, or you get to look at the folks who are doing the baking and so on. Folks who are into the black cake and those type of things for Christmas, you can certainly go there and you get to enjoy the ambience of the Hermitage Hotel. I think it's a very beautiful place.
One of the things we are adding this year as well is we're including some artisans. Last year we didn't, and because of the fact that we weren't allowing anybody to attend. This year, persons can attend for 10 EC, and then of course the Hermitage is going to be doing its pig roast, which is a
So last year
traditional.
this was fully an online
Yes,
event where
yes.
persons could view virtually.
Right.
So,
So
this
this-
year, would you still have some of the virtual elements?
Yes, so
Okay.
it's going to be virtual, plus you can attend for 10
Okay.
EC dollars.
Wonderful.
So yes, we're asking persons to come, and then also persons who may need to buy their Christmas gifts. We're going to have persons who are going to be selling jewelry, skincare, pictures, different things. So we have about 8 artisans who are going to be there. So it's a one-stop Saturday
shop.
afternoon.
Yeah.
Yes, pick up your Christmas gifts, enjoy some entertainment, and also if you want to stay as well for the Hermitage pig roast, it can be like an actual family event as well.
Sounds good. So, big action happening at the Hermitage. Of course, all COVID-19 protocols are going to be
Definitely.
enforced. We try to maintain our 6 feet and we try to wear our mask as much as possible. But folks, go on out, enjoy yourselves. It's Christmas, This is the time for love and for giving and for cheer. And I think Christmas is coming back. We've had a 2-year hiatus. Was 2020 Christmas? Okay, well, one Christmas
One
hiatus.
Christmas,
So this year, I mean, we're not back in full, but we're still now just starting to
Right,
come
get
out
out,
and associate ourselves. And I think it would be good for people to just come out, be with each other, and so on. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm committing that I'll pass by.
Definitely.
I might not get to spend too long because there are quite a few other things happening. So, but I'll certainly pop in, and it's in my neighborhood.
Yes, definitely. So, yeah, we look
All right.
forward to encouraging everyone to come to the Hermitage on Saturday afternoon from 3 to 7 and enjoy an afternoon with the NTA.
Okay, thank you very much, cuz.
All right,
It
thank
was a pleasure having you here. You should come on the marker a few more times. Maybe
Maybe.
one of these days when, NTA have something doing. Or maybe I should just get you to come along with me.
Okay,
You know,
well,
ladies and
you never know
gentlemen.
what can happen. So
I'm Joey Liburd of
All right,
the
thank you.
NTA to promote nothing like a Nivision holiday. This coming Saturday, the 18th of December, it starts at 3 p.m. and it goes until 7 p.m. Come on out and have a good, merry Christmas time. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to On the Mark, straight talk across the barrels. I am Troy Liburd and I am going to be your host for tonight. We are just about a quarter after the 8 o'clock hour, and as you can see, if you're looking at us on Facebook, Vaughan Radio, you're tuning to, you go onto Facebook and you type in Vaughan Radio, you go on the Vaughan Radio Facebook page and you look for the live, and you would realize that I've just taken my mask off. These masks could be very restrictive. That means I'm in the studio by myself and quite a lot of things happening. And of course, this month is a wonderful month, and I want to take the opportunity because while this month is a cheerful month, it's a sort of bittersweet month for me, because every time December come around, I start to think about certain things and so on. So I want to, at the top of the show, welcome all of our listeners and now viewers from wherever you are in the world. We normally would do that big intro at the top of the show, but we have forgone that tonight. But I want you all to feel welcomed, and when the time comes and the lines are open, of course, the numbers to call would be 869-469-1616, 869-469-1700, and I would want everybody to call in and have your views and so on. And I think we're just going to have a merry old time tonight. At the top of the show now, I want to send out some birthday greetings, to those persons who are celebrating here in December. December is a good month to be born. My nephew would have celebrated his birthday just yesterday, I think, Tijan. So I want to send belated birthday greetings to you from here at On the Mark. and anybody else who's celebrating, anybody who's got a wedding anniversary or whatever the occasion. Persons who are planning to get married, congratulations. So just celebrations all around. And of course, when we have people celebrating, we always have somebody who is on the flip side of that, would have suffered some kind of loss or something. I know that we had the funeral for Jimmy Rollins this afternoon, and of course I want to send out condolences again to the entire Rollins family, the good Dr. Bal Rollins, of course, everybody knows him, and Jerome, of course, and all of the family. We want to send out condolences. I also want to send condolences to Miss Colleen Sider over there in Westbury, who would have lost her daughter, young lady, just recently, Kajuana Sider, and of course also condolences to my very, very good friend. I think everybody knows him, Mr. Lon Daniel, who lost his daughter, same young lady, and very, very sad thing. So, brother, I want to tell you to hold on. God is always in the midst of everything, and all of the rest of the family who are suffering. Sometimes we never understand why things happen, but God has a plan. So just keep the faith. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to On the Mark. We're 20 past the 8 o'clock hour now. Let's get into the show. So this coming Saturday, we just heard from Julie Libert of the NTA about the Nothing Like a Nivision holiday, and that's going to be at the Hermitage from 3 p.m. until 7 p.m. Also happening on Saturday, the Concerned Citizens Movement CCM party is going to be having a grand kids fun day, and this is going to be at the Villa grounds in Charlestown, and it's a grand children Christmas fun day, children Christmas party, however you want to frame it. And basically this is going to be running from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. I know that the sun has been setting early, so we are starting the event at 2 in the afternoon, and it goes until 6 p.m. So we want you to bring out the children and let them have some fun. We're going to have lots of games, bouncing castles, the slides, the games where the children can put the sort of balloon things around them, and they run into each other. I think they love that. Face painting, all sorts of things. Giant obstacle course, water slide, bouncing castle, photo booth, face painting, bubble smash, lime and spoon, musical chair, jumbo games, Jenga, dominoes, Connect 4, Twister. We will have snacks and food for the kids, and the music, of course, will be provided by Selector Bobby and DJ Toby. And this event is going to be running from 2 p.m. until 6 p.m. So come on out. I think we're going to have a grand old time together there at the Villa. Bring the kids and let's have a little fun for Christmas. We've gone out and worked so hard all year, all throughout the year. And this is just an opportunity for you to come out in the safety of the Villa, well fenced and all of that, and let the kids run and have a little fun. Run and play and jump and water slide and all of these things, and have a little fun. So that's happening this coming Saturday at the Villa grounds in Charlestown from 2 p.m. until 6 p.m. And of course, just about a week after this, it's going to be the big block party, the block party that we usually have in St. John's, that's sponsored by the Honorable Mark Brantley and myself, Troy Libert. We've been putting on this block party for quite a few years now, maybe going on 8-9 years. Every year we do a really big block party in St. John's. We do some smaller parties all around St. John's, but then we do a big block party coming to the end of the year. And this is going to be the following week on Sunday evening, the 26th. So Boxing Day, the evening of Boxing Day, from about 5 p.m. until whenever the music stops, of course. And we're going to have this at Beach Road. Our original location used to be right on the corner in Coal Hill next to Panko Shop, but we have since moved. I think for about 3 years running now, we have moved to Beach Road. That's just below Cosmiles area, the area where the core band would set up to start the long jam, because we have a bit more space there. So we've moved the block party there because, you know, the party has gotten to be a big party. We get lots of people every year. I'd say over 1,000 people would pass through the party. Of course, we'll try to stay safe from COVID. No party dancing and so on, just a good time. People come around. We'll have free drinks, free food, of course. It's an opportunity for Premier Mark Brantley, area representative, and myself to give back to the St. John's community. And if you're not from St. John's and you're from anywhere on the island of Nevis and you're in the area, feel free to stop in, have a drink, grab something to eat, enjoy yourself. We're all Nevisians here, and it's open to everybody. That's the annual St. John's Block Party, and it's happening on the evening of the 26th of December. That's not the Sunday coming, the following Sunday evening. We're going to start at about 5 p.m. and we're going to go until the music stops. The entertainment for the party would be provided by Selector Bobby and DJ Toby, DJ Woodis, DJ Smudge, and New Level Sound. So we have a lot of DJs that the young people like. We have a lot of popular DJs at this party. So I'm looking to see, I won't say the whole of Nevis, but a good proportion or a large chunk of the population of Nevis at the block party. It's all you can eat, all you can drink. Come on out and have a wonderful time on the 26th of December. So ladies and gentlemen, that's CCM doing that, and of course Honorable Mark Brantley, Premier Mark Brantley, and myself on the block party, the CCM party and the kids party on Saturday, and now the NIA, Nevis Island Administration, is having the opening of the Pinnis Park, and that's going to be this coming Sunday, the 19th of December, at the park. And I'm sure for those of you who have been on the road and you've been in the Pinnis area over the last few months, you would realize that there has been a flurry of work happening in the area of the park. I've gotten a tour inside the park, and I'm telling you, it's really remarkable, and it's going to be something good for the people of Nevis. It's about, sometimes you go to some of the bigger countries out there and they have a nice park recreation area where people can go and sit and relax and have fun, do the little runs and so on. And we're getting something like that here in Nevis, being officially opened on the 19th. Of course, this was done in partnership with the Republic of China and Taiwan, and we certainly want to send a big shout out to all of the good folks, Republic of China and Taiwan. I think it was in 2019, I believe it was pre-pandemic, that no less than the Prime Minister of Taiwan would have come to Nevis to officially have the groundbreaking for that Pinnis Park. So it is certainly an important project, not just to us, but for the relationship between the people of Taiwan and the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. And so I think it's just going to be a real grand affair there at the Pinnis Park on the 19th. I think it starts at 4:30 p.m. I'm certainly hoping to be there. God willing, I'll be there, and I think it's going to be very, very exciting. I'm certainly looking forward to it. So those of you who can come out and witness the opening of the Pinnis Park. You don't want anybody to tell you about it. You want to come out so that in the future, when you talk to people, years and years and years from now, when your kids go down to Pinnis Park or your grandchildren and they speak about the lovely park, you can say, I was there for the inauguration or for the opening of that park. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to On The Mark. We're just about almost 30 minutes. Almost 30 minutes in. So Pinnis Park opening this coming Sunday. So about the budget and the politics, because we can talk a little politics tonight, of course. It's On The Mark. It's a political show. We're in the month of December. Christmas is coming. We had the Christmas tree lighting in town and at the War Memorial Square in town. And the place just looks wonderful. I've passed there in the night and I've seen it. It just looks really, really good. It was opened last week, Wednesday, I think. We were having budget meetings at the time. We got out of budget probably it was dark already. And so I didn't actually, get to take in too much of the actual opening. But still, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. I'm certainly going to go there, take the youngsters there, take the kids there. I like Christmas time, because the kids, they come out and they run around between all the lights, and those folks who are into putting up the Christmas lights on their homes and so on get to run around. We also have all of the other community Christmas tree lightings to happen. Those that people look out for. People know the ones that are normally big that they look out to go to and so on. And so the Christmas spirit is all around us here in Nevis. So last week we had the reading of the budget here on Nevis done by the Honorable Minister of Finance and Premier, the Honorable Mark Brantley. I think we were able to put out a wonderful budget here in Nevis. The budget is for some $229 million to be spent, over the course of 2022. $229 million to the average man sounds, that sounds like a lot of money, but that's the type of money that it takes to run the government. Of course, that includes capital expenditure on big projects such as roads and major buildings and so on. That's the capital. And then of course the recurrent expenditure, these are expenditures that happen over and over and over again, year after year, such as paying salaries and so on, and regular things that government need to function. So when you total all of those things up, it came up to $229 million. And then of course yesterday we had the reading of the budget over on St. Kitts, and that budget is a $952 million budget, and that of course includes the capital projects and also the recurrent expenditure. This morning we were able to listen to the response to the budget from the opposition. Of course, if you know the budget, how it happens, the Minister of Finance would bring the budget and present the budget, and then of course the opportunity is given to the opposition to find whatever the opposition feels is not the best about the budget, whatever constructive criticism or whatever other criticism they may have. So that happened this morning, and then of course this afternoon we had presentations by other members. I think I saw the Honorable Alexis Jeffers give his presentation this afternoon, and that was an excellent presentation. So I want to commend him. Of course, I want to, again, I did it in our budget session over here on Nevis, commend the Premier for an excellent job that he did in delivering our budget. And of course, I'd like to equally commend the Prime Minister for the job that he did putting forward the federal budget, and of course commend both ministries of finance, because it can be easy, doing a budget in these times. And of course, the opposition came on in Nevis. The opposition came on and had quite a few things to say, and then people like me came on, and I also had a couple things to say. So maybe as the show progresses, we can continue to talk about those things. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to On The Mark. I'll open the lines now. I've had quite a bit to say, and listen to see what our callers would have to say. When the lines are open, the numbers, of course, to call would be 869-469-1616, 869-469-1700. So the lines are open now. So callers, when you call in, you make your presentation and so on. But we can continue to talk a bit about the budget. So talk a bit about the Nevis one. So last week we had the Nevis budget, and the Premier presented a budget of 200. Okay, we have a caller. Let's go to the lines. We have our first caller for tonight. Caller, you are on the mark. Good night.
Good evening, Mr. Troy.
Good evening. How are you?
Well, I'm good just like you.
You're better than me, man.
No, man. You're gooder than me. Let me touch off a little piece there on the good night, QT, and good night, Mr. Colin Archibald. Yeah, let me touch off a little piece there on the long time Christmas season. Custom. Once ago when the parents them, when they draw the money out the bank book is the pig and the goat what they kill for Christmas unite. And when they got the pork, that time they had no fridge, they nail up a big piece of pork on the side of the house. They can it up with the salt and they nail it up there till they're ready to cook it in the soup. And when you walk in, go in the yard and you pass nearby the meat there, you want to know if it's a handle Messiah choir singing. And the amount of fly come off of that, and you hear them roar. You can't believe that is meat. But no, we don't got to nail up none of the house in the salt and hear no fly singing like a choir when you pass in it. You got fridge. And that was good, and them food used to eat good. Because you cook your soup, or you rice and your green and your pigeon peas. And them old time mothers, they know how to do up down meat. And that used to be so sweet, brother. Sweet. Nobody say, well, oh, don't eat that because that is bad. That they're going to give you cholesterol and roll. And that they're going to give you arthritis and all of them kind of things. And you yam. And then we going to play, we burn off that. Going to follow sport all the way, walk from Charleston to Gingerland behind sports. And you know, realize that's so far you reach till you're ready to come back home. Those were the days and fun. Now, I want to touch off a little piece of thing today. I don't know why big people should be telling lies. Don't do it. Lie is bad. Stop tell lie. The law didn't like it.
Who you touching off today?
I just come pinch a little piece out of the how we had it here,
the budget?
Yes. I hear the former leader of the Labour Party down here, Dr. Douglas. He was the man who said the sugar industry will close over his dead body. Okay. Well, here the man, he murdered it, He not close it, he kill it, he murder it. 2005. And instead of the man utilize the ground like what Mr. Bratcher used to do. And every estate Mr. Bratcher used to give out 2 cane field when they don't cut down. 1 for yam and 1 for potato. And me and others, we were advocating for he to do that. But he didn't take us on because he had other motive to do with the land. And everybody know what he do with the land. No, everybody know what he do with it. He put the country in big debt. When he done, he take up the land. He got the money, say he got 900 million put down there. Well, if you got 900 million put down there, why is it you gonna go put the news around the country neck with debt? Go and go borrow from OMF. And OMF come down upon him and tell him, well, you got to Lego this and Lego them, Lego here and Lego she and Lego this kind of people here. And you got to do something. So he take up the land, the same land, where we tell him must plant food, so we could get food security. He ain't study us. And when he done, he got to National Bank to talk about take the land for the debt. What are you? Poof! See, the debt gone. The debt gone. That is wickedness. Then he come talking to them about the government. The government need to do something with agriculture to make sure that people got food to eat and all this kind of. He never know that. He never know that, and he come talking about what double salary. Give the people them an increase in salary. Well, nothing wrong with that, but when money there to increase the salary, you do that. But he forget what he do to Nevis with the bounce check. The people never want the money from the check to pay for the debt and all kind of thing. It's the same thing with the double salary. The double salary gonna be there to help people to pay for what they want. But anyway, enough of the part there. You got some ministers of the gospel. They're supposed to be reading the Bible to people, teaching the Bible to people, and preaching to people from the Bible to convince people that the Bible, what Jesus said in the Bible, what he requires of us. But instead of that, they use the pulpit to go up, they go talk politics and money and views toward from government, and they got a big beam in the eye. You will never hear them kind of pastor there condemn homosexuality. Not them. You will never hear them condemn that. And with that, God destroy a city for the same foolishness. So, more times for them they with that day, man. More times for them they with that day. I could have sing a little tune for you upon it tonight, China, but I mean, have one more thing, but I'll leave that for another time.
I hear you.
You want it?
It's you now.
If you think them a Christian,
man, the preacher, you have a sing pan, lad, man, the sing pan the preacher. the sing pan the preacher. We all need the preachers, them.
You need them.
I need them to pray for me. So no sing pan them. When you come back on later, you could sing at me, but don't sing on the preacher.
The Bible and keep out of politics and people personal behavior. I'll come back.
All right, my brother, you take care of yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to On the Mark. You know, we can sing on the preacher here on the mark. So I was just, we have another call. Okay, let's go back to the lines. We have another caller. Caller, you're on the mark. Good night.
Good evening, Mr. Liebert.
Good evening.
The man that always come here. We can give me a break. Luke 2, verse 10, 11, 12, and 14. And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And this shall be a sign unto you. He shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill towards men. Good night, culture. Sympathy is going out to all who loses their loved ones. Mr. Liebert, tell culture I said enjoy his Christmas for 2021, and good night.
Good night. You have a good one. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to On the Mark. As I was saying, I just got a little bit of information, and you know, how could I have not spoken about this before? It was an oversight when I spoke about persons who have suffered loss over the past few months. I neglected to mention the passing of, you know, the lady from Beach Road, Barbara Hobson, who recently passed away, and also Mr. Marlon Tyrrell of Clegot, but Marlon would have been living in St. Kitts for quite some time. He recently passed away, and also Clarice Merchant of Clegot. So I want to send out sympathies to all of the family members. This is the Christmas time, but you're grieving, and we certainly, our heart goes out to you during this difficult time. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to On The Mark. Do we have a caller? No callers. Callers, please call in. It's Christmas. Call in and give your Christmas greetings to whoever you want to give your Christmas greetings to. Double salary. So yesterday, during the presentation of the federal budget, the Prime Minister would have made a lot of civil servants and public servants very, very happy when he announced that before Christmas this year, that all civil servants and public employees on both islands, St. Kitts and Nevis, would receive a double salary. After that announcement, I started seeing on WhatsApp status and all over Facebook, persons who were very elated, civil servants and so on, very, very happy about getting the double salary. Prior to that, I had several persons meeting me and calling me and asking me, well, Troy, we getting a double this year, we getting a double this year. And, what I've always said to persons is, hold on and wait for, whatever announcement. I can't go out and give an announcement about something like that. That is up to the Minister of Finance. Of course, we have two Ministers of Finance, the Premier here on Nevis and the Prime Minister, who is the Federal Minister of Finance. And so I think the decision would have been made, since our budget was the week prior, to wait until this week to have such an announcement. And so yesterday, during the budget presentation, the Honorable Prime Minister would have made the announcement about the double. See, as soon as I mentioned the double, people start to text me to talk about the double. People like their bonus or extra month salary. And of course, we would have heard some persons saying that perhaps it might not have been the best thing to give a double to public servants or civil servants who, because we've been through this whole COVID pandemic. We're still in the COVID pandemic, and that some persons in other sectors and so on would have lost their jobs and so on. And there are a myriad of different things that have been said. I even listened to one radio show last evening. I think it was right here at Van Radio. And one person there had a lot to say about the double salary. And I think one caller called in and asked that individual if they ever got a double salary, and if they had shared their double salary with other persons out there in the community when they got it. And you see, sometimes politics, when people decide they're going to get into politics and so on, they start to look for all kind of different things that they want to talk about. They start to look at issues and start to say, I believe that this issue is important to the public, or I believe that that issue is important to the public. And some of them start to look at things that they believe they can get some mileage from, or they can generate some sort of interest from. But when you look at the people themselves and you examine them and how they have lived their lives, it's sort of hypocritical, some of the things that they start to say. Now we have a caller, so we'll go back to the lines. Caller, you're on the mark. Good night.
Yes, good night, Troy.
Good night. How are you? I'm barely hearing you. Could you speak up a bit?
It's a good night, Troy. Good night. Calling from Tasola.
Okay, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would like to say season greeting to all my family in Nevis, in Captain Grong, Charlie, Seabrook, and them all in the land side. Good season greeting to all who listen to the station. And I'm a fan of culture and politics. Good night to everyone. This Joe Jack in the house, speaking to all my people in Nevis, even to them who listening from Tatola too. A lot of people listen to this.
We appreciate that.
And my grand teacher, which we always plug in. You know, my name is Nelson Hall, better known as Joe Jack. So, season greeting to you and the rest at the station management of One Radio also. So, you have a Merry Christmas, my brethren.
You too, and I really, really appreciate that.
All right, bro.
Thank you very much.
Okay, bro.
See, On the Mark has listeners from all over. I want to thank you very much for calling in from Tatola, and certainly season's greetings to everybody out there in Tatola. Special season's greeting to my uncle over there. I know he listens to On the Mark regularly. I'm sure he's listening tonight as usual. On the Mark is listened to, you know, all over. Sometimes I always comment about being in the square and talking, and somebody hear me talking and they say, oh, I know your voice. I know your voice from On the Mark. And in those times they would have never seen me, because On the Mark was strictly on radio and over the internet, but it was just voice. Now we are going live on Facebook and live on YouTube, so you can hear us and you can also see us. So it's talking a bit about the double salary, and the double salary has sparked a big debate. We see things going out all on Facebook and so on about, oh, the double salary should have been given. They should have given $1,000 to everybody, and you know, all sorts of different things have been thrown out. And I think, you know, the federal cabinet would have looked at the situation. They would have looked at, you know, the work that everybody has put in this year, the amount of income that the government would have gotten, and I think in their good judgment they felt that the people deserved the bonus for all of the hard work. Everybody has had to go the extra mile this year. You know, it has not been easy at all. In my own ministry that I have charge of, which is education, I can speak from, you know, my own experiences in that ministry, that it has not been easy. You get all of these rules that you have to follow. In the past, students would come to school, you know, you have your chair and your desk set out in a certain way, and you sit close to each other. Now we were told students have to be 6 feet apart, 6 feet in front, 6 feet on the side, 6 feet in the back. You couldn't have anybody within that proximity. So you made a circle around each student, 6 feet in what is that, radius? Yeah, 6 feet in radius, and so that student required that amount of space. So if the classes weren't designed for that amount of space, then you have to go find it somehow. And so we had to go to shift system, we had to go to all sorts of different systems. In the primary schools, some of our primary schools, students use the double desks and so on. So we had to find ways to work around all of these things. There were some times that our students could not go to school, so we had to go to the virtual platforms and so on. And so it's been a big adjustment for our students who are taking overseas exams and so on. Teachers had to find ways to go the extra mile when there were times that students could not be in classes and we had to be locked down and so on. They just couldn't get that face-to-face teaching. So when we got the all clear and face-to-face teaching was allowed again, teachers had to make up for the time that they lost. A lot of late afternoons and evening classes and so on at the same pay. People had to do a lot of sacrifice. So this is the government recognizing all of the hard work that persons have put in and saying, a month extra salary. And I think that is something that we can all appreciate. It's Christmas. Persons are going to go to the supermarkets and the various places, and they're going to do some shopping. So the money is going to go into the economy. We have a caller. Caller, you're on the mark. Good night.
Good evening, Mr. Library.
Good evening.
How is it going?
Going good.
Oh, nice to hear you on the radio tonight.
And how is it going with you?
I'm good. I'm calling from here across from Reliable Models.
Mm-hmm.
Good program, man.
Thank you.
It's going to be a good Christmas.
Well, hopefully. What do you think?
It looks so far. It looks good so far.
Christmas is looking good.
Yeah.
So what are your plans for Christmas? You're coming by the big kids Christmas party that we're having right there by Reliable Motors in the villa on Saturday?
When that event will be?
That's on Saturday. This coming Saturday, the 18th, from 2 p.m. until 6 p.m.
Okay. Interesting.
Right there in the villa. And then the following Sunday, the 26th, we're having the big St. John's Black Party up in Beach Road.
Interested.
So you could come out to those and, make your Christmas merry.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Library. Keep up the good work.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to On The Mark. We're 5 minutes before the 9 o'clock hour. We're going good so far tonight. Let us stick with the lines. We have a caller. Caller, you're On The Mark. Good night.
Greetings, my beloved brother. How you, brother?
Greetings, brother. I'm good.
All right. Well, brother, I like to speak about budget presentation. The Prime Minister is also Minister of Finance, depends on your pronunciation, and other ministries. Hey, my brother, overall, it was a great budget. The allocations and everything, help poor people. Everybody gets something, man. And the continuation of helping poor people who have no job, and, it was good overall, beloved. Great, but my disappointment, again, beloved, was it was only 20 million allocated for Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources.
20 million?
And the environment and corporated was a meager 2 million plus. Beloved, I'm going to say, this is what, and I've been saying this for years, beloved. Culture also, Mr. Politics, and several others. Been saying this for years, beloved. We must, any nation that is serious, beloved, they must be able to be self-sufficient in food security. Agriculture must be priority number one. God, what I'm going to show you. If we don't eat right, beloved, we're going to be a heavy burden on the health system. People going to be sick. And that money that you could have spent, I'm not saying it could be 100% organic. If it's 100% organic, still will be better, beloved. But if you don't eat healthy, you don't get a healthy nation. That money that you get from tourism and other revenues, beloved, you got to spend that in keeping your people healthy. It makes no sense. Absolutely no sense. Give people healthy food to eat, beloved, and that will bring down the burden that is allocated for health. I'm not saying we should have a modernized health system, hospital, modernized equipment, everything, beloved. But our right, first and foremost. And 20 million, brother, you know, I call it like it is. It's a shame, beloved.
Well, you know, I listened to the Minister of Agriculture give his presentation today, and you know, based on his presentation, it seemed rather optimistic federally, and certainly last week when we did the budget here on Nevis, quite a lot has been happening in agriculture. As you know, with the arrival of COVID-19, especially here in Nevis, I could speak to what has happened in Nevis. A lot more agriculture has been happening. A lot more farming has been happening since that time. We've started to put a lot of emphasis on farming since COVID.
Yes, my brother, I know all of that, and the minister, brother, let me say, the minister have the vision, the present minister of agriculture have the vision, but he needs some money. You cannot build a house or houses unless you got tools and material. You know that, my beloved brother. The problem is not the minister. The minister have great intention, great vision, but he needs the money. Not just 20 million. At least 50. I used to say 75, but you know, I build a thing because, you know, COVID and the money ain't flowing like it used to. But at least 50 million, man, supposed to allocate should have been allocated for agriculture and marine resources. And when it comes to the environment, beloved, brother, we got to make sure our environment is clean.
Definitely.
No garbage whatsoever. God, brother, I'm a vegan for 46 years.
Wow.
Beloved. Yes. I'm 62. I'll be 63 December 25th. Beloved. And, you know, when people, those who eat fishes, beloved, I come from a fishing family. My maternal grandfather was a fisherman. When you throw plastic bottles and all kind of things, the fishes consume the plastic. And when those who eat fishes, beloved, and other things, the styrofoams and everything, all of that going to fishes, the people consume the fishes, those plastic and whatsoever other material the fishes eat going into people. I'm not no fear-mongering, but the truth must be told, beloved brother.
True.
We must take up care for our environment. And $2 million plus for environment and corporations, beloved. Especially the environment, man. That's again, it's a shame, beloved. So I'm not blaming the minister. I am blaming the prime minister, who is the minister of finance, beloved. But overall, it was some great things, beloved. But anything wrong in constructive criticism. And if you put people to do a job, beloved, you must hold their feet to the fire. They don't employ themselves, and none of us supposed to be afraid of any politician. Politicians supposed to respect the people, and the people supposed to respect the politicians.
We are supposed to respect each other.
Each other,
yes,
beloved. But anything wrong in constructive criticism?
Not at all.
No, but those was my only 2 points with the budget, but everything else, brother, was right, was pattern as the young people them say. So my beloved, I hope next year budget, man. Come on, Mr. Prime Minister. We want to see the up, man, up. That it used to be even greater than how it used to be in the 70s. Everybody know I feel about Robert Batcher, but it's one thing I would ask, commend him for the great agricultural program that he had, and nothing surpassed that yet, beloved. And it's 40-something years ago. You got to up it, man. We got an agriculture minister, very visionary, but he needed tools and the material to bring agriculture in St. Kitts Nevis where it ought to be, so we could feed ourselves and don't depend on what is coming from up here. Don't have somebody is getting big money who keep down the farmers them down there and bringing all kind of food that is not real food, beloved. But that's for another time. Beloved brother, thanks again for hearing me. Keep up the great works, my beloved brother, and Mr. Two, brother.
Thank you very much, man, and you know, happy birthday.
Brothers, and you just keep up the great work. Continue to listen. Pan-Africanism approach.
Yes,
My
and
beloved brother.
bless Earth Strong when it comes, you know.
Yes, sir. Thanks,
Yes, and-
man. Thanks in advance.
Continue to go from strength to strength.
Yes, my beloved.
Yeah.
And you the same.
Respect.
Every time.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to On the Mark. We're past the 9 o'clock hour now. You know, of course, I want to put in another plug for our big Concerned Citizens Movement Fun Day that's happening this coming Saturday at the Villa Grounds in Charlestown from 2 p.m. until 6 p.m. If you didn't hear it earlier, saying it now, bring out the children, let them have some fun. Everything is going to be there. Bouncing castles, you know, water slides, everything that you could think about. Fun for the kids. Bring them out and have some fun. And then a week following that, on the 26th of December, Boxing Day, the evening of Boxing Day, I think the following day, the 27th, is a holiday. The Monday is a holiday, so come on out in the evening and have a little fun up in Beach Road. We're going to have the grand annual St. John's Block Party that's sponsored by the Honorable Mark Grantley and myself. We're going to have lots of DJs there, lots of food, and lots of drinks. We have another caller. Caller, you're on the mark. Good night.
Yeah, good night.
Good night. How are you?
Yeah, I understand what Brother Nabo saying about what happened. I don't know these young people, them ain't no willingness to go plant the food. The government could give them the whole and sink it. I hold a need this, or them want them intention. They want to go plant what they want to plant. And that thing will bring in no food. Because they don't tell the government they want land. People got land up in the mountain. But what they want it for? To do what they want it to do. So what it says the government going to just put money, nothing, put money in there and a check when you're there and did it. Yeah, so the check spend. Yeah, the older people are interested in doing farming and so. Most I sit down here with the young people do. They just want to know they would walking around the cherry water and all them there. Right? And I don't know if one or two or three of them could have get together and plant up a whole area jelly and, you know, young one. That would have been good. Coconut tree and so that would be, bring it back like the old time days over there. We used to have vast, up near, we used to have vast, don't think it. A lot of jelly trees up and down, but from the sickness kill them out. Some people never go back to clean the trees and they just up there. So,
but the coconut trees are making a comeback now, you know. Here in Nevis, certainly we've purchased quite a bit of coconut trees and we have been planting coconut trees.
Up the money, because I mean, when I was a child, all you see is Father Joy coconut coming from Nevis, Father Joy coconut. Now where they coming from? Dominica. Huh? So they're telling anybody, well, you must pump money into things. You don't do things, so. You just can't show water in a hole, and when you look in there, you don't see it, you know. You go down, you know. You go in all the time to in the earth, right? So they want to go fishing. So we're saying the young people want to go fishing. You see them, I say, well, let me invest in some engine, go up to the sea, take out, you know. And go in them again, they just want stand in the show when the boat come in, give me 2 fish tag, you know. And the way, we don't get at the work, but Nabo, you know, you're willing, but you know, they need mindset of the people today. They just want what they want, and that's it. They want to go the ganja. And that's the problem. Okay.
All right. You have a wonderful night. Farming. I think the budget spoke a bit about farming. The Honorable Alexis Jeffers, who holds the post of Minister of Agriculture federally and here on Nevis, spoke about agriculture at length today. Spoke about the increase in yields and so on. Certainly since COVID-19 has started. I believe that since we've had the COVID, one of the things that has really improved is agriculture, because a lot more people getting into the farming and so on. We have another caller. Let's stick with the lines. Caller, you're on the mark. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Liebert.
Good night. How are you?
I'm not bad. How do you do?
I'm doing okay.
Okay, this is Miko.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm pretty alright, giving thanks to God. He's been good to me. Mr. Liebert, thanks for having me for my 1 minute. I would just like to invite the people of Cotton Ground to come out to our Christmas tree lighting on the 20th of September, which would be in the yard of the community center right there in Cotton Ground. We know that it's difficult these times, especially with the COVID and so forth, and so government, find it a little difficult to be able to buy toys and, give to all the kids them around this time. But we find different avenues to get the work and so forth. So we made it possible by asking people to donate, from people from abroad, well, from Nevis, but live abroad. So instead of the kids not having a little party bag, a little toy and so forth, they would be on board this year, definitely having their party bags and getting their little toys and so forth. So we just want to invite the people of Cotton Ground to come out to the Christmas tree lighting, and it's at 7 o'clock on Monday the 20th of December.
So that's next week,
Monday. I also want to
Monday.
take this opportunity to say thank you to some people who have made it possible. And for one, there is a Jocelyn Sargent in Canada. She went above and beyond, really, to make sure that she got some stuff to send to us here in Nevis. I can't thank her more, because she will definitely, it's cold time now in Canada, and she's been out there plugging away trying to get stuff to us. And I just want to tell her thanks. We received the goods, and also to her sister in the United States, Neen. Well, most people know as Neen, but her name is Lavette. She sent us a little box with stuff for the kids, also sweets and balloons and so forth. And my son in St. Martin. So it's we're having the Christmas tree lighting. The kids will get their party bag, and the representative for the area, Cleone Stapleton, she has donated the snacks for the kids for that night. So definitely they're going to be snacks, they're going to be party bags and so forth. So we want everyone to come out. We also want to say thanks to Kurt Swanston, because he came on board from Food Center, and he has been donating to us for the past 3-4 years, giving us some snacks for the kids and so forth. We are very grateful, and so we want to thank him. We want to thank everybody who, did what they did to assist us and to make this possible. So thank you so much again, and inviting all the kids to come out and everyone. We want to make sure that we still follow the protocol and social distance. Wear your mask, because the COVID is serious and it's very much alive. So I just want to thank you again, and to you, brother, you may have a wonderful Christmas and a prosperous 2022. And this goes to everyone in the Federation, and more so to my people here in Nevis.
Thank you very much, brother, and to you too.
Thank you, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to On the Mark, straight talk across the Narrows. Christmas season is a wonderful season, I always wonder why we have to do the budget and so on in the Christmas season, but I guess it's because the new year starts and we need to have financing for the new year. Let us stick with the lines. We have another caller. Caller, you're on the mark.
What does it try?
Caller, you're on the mark.
Try, good night.
Good night.
Yeah, I would like to hear of the boy up there in America, aggressive and meow.
Mm-hmm.
You know Dave, right?
Of course I do.
Yeah. Hey, they're listening right now. And once I hear up to them, me boy, Young Rascal, good night. And, hey, what the whole world?
You want to say good night to the whole world?
Yeah, good night.
All right, brother.
All right, I know this guy. Yeah.
You have a good night. And I'll see you in the week. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to On The Mark. We attract the brightest characters here on The Mark, you know. It's a lovely Christmas season. Everybody is getting ready to go out, and I think we have carnival happening, bubble juve and all of those type of things. So folks, if you've had your double shot of vaccines and you want to go out to the bubble juve, or you want to go to some of the carnival events, certainly you're free to go to those events and you know, bring some semblance of normalcy back to the Federation. I know Christmas time here in Nevis, people normally look out to go into their concerts and all them type of things, and the young people, they look to head over to St. Kitts in droves. They say normally when it's Juve morning in St. Kitts, Nevis sort of float up a bit, maybe a 2-3 inches, because it's a lot lighter with the amount of people that's gone over to St. Kitts for Juve. We have another caller. Caller, you're on the mark. Good night.
Good night to the honorable child. Good night.
Good night, brother.
So how are you? Everything alright?
Yeah, man, I'm very good. What about you?
Oh man, I'm here, just hanging in here. You know. Anyway, I just want to, I just want to thank God for the Federation of St. Kitts Nevis. I want to thank God for the Team Unity government. I believe that this Team Unity government is when it comes to unity, I believe that everybody will get a different piece and nothing perfect. But I believe this government is working for the ordinary man and woman in the country, and they're doing the endeavor best that they can do. Especially under this fight of this COVID situation. And some people out there will got things a little difficult for them because they maybe work on all those things. But I believe that some people could do something else beside what they're doing. Because brother, try telling you, when I coming up in life, as a young man coming up, I had several jobs, and I do not think nobody should go holding out. Because this COVID has changed the whole situation, turned around the whole world. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to talk about the agriculture. Agriculture, yes. Agriculture is important, Charlie. I believe that in the government putting into agriculture, because I believe agriculture is supposed to be number one in any country anybody living in, especially when you got good fertile soil. Agriculture is supposed to be number one because we got to feed ourselves. Because you see this COVID, this closing down when we had it. If no boat, if we close down for a whole year and the boat are not to come and bring the food here, we got this fertile soil we got to plant and feed ourselves. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But try, let me tell you again, that government is trying to endeavor best with the agriculture department. Government giving free wire to seedlings to farmers to fence the land. Right now here that they bring some
The minister would have said all of that today.
Eh?
The minister said all of that today.
Yeah. That is what I tell you. They bring some edibles from, I think, St. Vincent to the farmers them, and I show them edibles going to there for them. So the farmers them is getting hurt. But the young men and women got to involve themselves in agriculture too. They got to be serious. You understand? Government don't just can't pump money into agriculture and then just give the land them the and the land them stay like that. I have nothing against what I'm saying. Agriculture is supposed to be our first priority in any country. Fishing, farming, livestock, and everything. The government is doing the best. And I believe in the years to come, and we got the unity government here. I believe agriculture will remain our number one in the future, in the federation. Brother Charles, you have a wonderful night. A Merry Christmas when it comes, and a most blessed day here. And I hope that
you ain't even tell me what you think about the budget.
That's wonderful, man. You're wonderful. A good budget.
And what do you think about the response today?
When you got leaders together and could put the heads together and listen to one another, you understand? Bigger things work out the way. And I believe the cabinet with the Honorable Mark Brantley, the Honorable Prime Minister Timothy Harris and Sean Richard and the others, I believe those men go in the cabinet and they work and they debate and whatever they get to please the ordinary man, they do it. Now look at it now. Some people got a problem with the government paying the double salary. Some of them have said that they should have given everybody a $1,000.
What do you think about it?
But look. Some people in the government working hard, you know. These people sometimes they work hard, you know. And you know the people in the government they work hard, some people that really don't want to work. And I believe the government is supposed to pull up on that. Because a lot of people working for government, getting their month's pay, getting their week's pay every week, and they ain't doing one thing for it. That's why you see some people, the money goes in the pocket for the child. The money goes in the pocket because they're dishonest. And you're going to get people there because they like the government or whatever. They're going to try to, you know, like, earn the money and do things for them. They don't show up to work. They say book them out, track the car or do whatever they're going to do. But try if I get something else to come back, I come back to say.
Yeah, man. Respect. You have a good night.
All right.
Time is flying, ladies and gentlemen. It's 20 minutes after the 9 o'clock hour. Have just about 40 minutes to go. You're listening to On the Mark, Straight Talk Across the Narrows. And we are into the Christmas season. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget this coming Saturday from 2 p.m. until 6 p.m. It's the big Children's Fun Day, Concerned Citizens Movement. We have a caller. Let's go back to the line. Caller, you are on the mark. Good night.
Yes, it's important, right?
Caller, I could hardly hear you.
Yeah, but
Caller, we're not hearing you clearly. You probably need to move away from where you are. Hello? Okay, we've lost that caller. Caller, please do call back in and try to get yourself in a position where you can have better reception and we can hear you better. We have another caller. Caller,
yes,
you're
Troy.
on the mark.
Troy?
Yes, good night.
Yes, man, I'm back again. Okay, multiply all me good night them. Now, the real person has been placed with the responsibility of agriculture in the Federation. You know the reason why? You know his name? Pepper Seed. And he's what you call hot pepper when it comes to agriculture. He knows what he's doing. He has been a farmer in his own backyard with the hoe and the pick. And anybody who listens to him and they look around, they can see that he really stepped up the agriculture from where it was. So he's doing good. And agriculture is doing good. But a lot of things now, when people gonna give an increment, they have to be able to see if that increment can be sustained throughout the year before they give it. It makes no sense to give somebody an increase in salary and it lasts for 2 months and you can't even make it 3 months, and then you got to do something, lay off the person because you can't sustain that. So increase is good, but you have to look beyond the issuing of the increment. It makes no sense to that. So therefore, if the government give double salary at the end of the year, at least they make an effort and they consider that people need more. So that we have to be thankful for that what they give. Now let me go back to the big criticizer of the agricultural system. The farmer leader of the government, the federal government. He criticizing the government, talking about food security. When he closed the sugar industry in the year 2005, he forget what he said when Mr. Grant said that if Mr. Grant win the election, what he would do with the cane land them, he would give all the farmers them on the cane land a certain amount of acreage for them to do agriculture in the land. And he come back and said, don't study Lindsey Grant. He fooling all you. Fooling all you about the land. Well, land. He ain't gonna land to give all you. Well, okay. Lindsey didn't get in. And he steady and prolonged till Unity knock him out. But what he did with agriculture, nothing. Like I said earlier, he did not listen to us with that. Instead of that, he tried to destroy agriculture in every way. Mr. Robert Llewellyn Bradshaw in 1975, he built what you call the farmers market that is called Simaco up Newtown, so that the farmers can carry a pumpkin, 2 bunch of bananas, or whatever you have, carry them in there and have your money collected right away, or your voucher wholesale, and you go back home and go to work. The farmer leader sell that, so the farmers them have no place to carry their stock, so they got to keep them home and all kind of animal and all kind of thing, bite them up, and then they get a chance come in the market Saturday morning and see what they could get, sell and go back. So when he come talking about agriculture, let you look at what he do to the agriculture them, let you look at that, and don't blame this government, because the government is doing good with whatever little they have. You cannot give what you don't have. So whatever little the government see they have and they could do something, they do it with it. I'll come back again. One more shot I got for you. That's the song when I come back.
Okay, brother. You have a good night.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, we're sticking with the lines. We have another caller. Caller, you're on the mark. Good night.
Sorry about that, Mama. Yes, what I'm saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
We always big people, not you all, because all we don't even 60s going for 70 now. Let me tell you, and I ain't bashing nobody, and everybody got their own opinion, but we talking the right thing. Well, I don't know that kind of comments to make, just so you know. Giving somebody something one time and to get them all the time, which is the best. All the time, you only make $10,000 now. When you look, it don't blow up. What about let's say February, March, going on the April, I want some more money. I said we need a raise. I don't care how to put it. You see, some of them need double salary sweet them because they know they got people working in the government sector, so they like that. So them to get a raise, 360 is too low. Things going up every day, you notice, right? Every time people go to the supermarket now, they're crying. $500 ain't enough for it, but we make out so long. You need to go up to $500. Pep it up. Because the double salary, you know, who can benefit? People who don't have, who can get more money, more than $10,000. Them is we can benefit. If 100 person, they ain't gonna get not much. Maybe 1,000. Maybe 1,005. We may talking no nonsense or talking sense. I said they need to pep it up and step it up and give people who say that's what happened to us. We settle too much alone, it's going straight. But thing. We need it for every day. You see people calling on somebody just send me a schedule here. Right? And people come going to be cutting off from tomorrow. Here go back to next week, the 28th. Right? So they will need a raise and with salary. Can't tell Elimat raise the salary. And they need to bring home Elimat for the 50th anniversary. I don't know really what's going on. And I don't want to talk to them because when I talk to Bastion, I say, oh, I shouldn't want to more. Tell them I went Molyneux Hall School. And me ain't funny, so I know what to say, you know. Because these things is true. But you see them, they don't come out and put the card on the table because all of us say that, boy, that they're going to bash you. Bash the government. You're outspoken. Your things will come to you. You just want to be outspoken. You don't want nobody to be telling you this, telling you that. Nobody's supposed to telling you. You can't sit down and analyze and see what's going on. You hate the government just doing a good job, but they could do a better one still. And maybe all I think it's Nevis. Enjoy Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And next year, when they go to the new budget, let it raise the salary and stop with this whole double.
You don't want a double, you want a raise a pay.
Huh?
Raise a pay.
Yeah, when you raise the pay, because you know, to go in, you leave something today for $2. Next tomorrow you go back, $5. It's a big crime, you know, for you if you all notice it to go shopping, you know. And everybody knows that man me last week I see that they are bought to $25. This week, next week I got in it for 40 or 45. Oh, really working out this math. Huh? I beg them just tell them raise the salary and that's all me want you. Me gonna get. They're gonna get. Everybody gonna get. I'm doing a business, you know. And remember, if the salary low, people cannot buy you. They're gonna think about the most important thing. That's food. And if they could afford to pay a bill, I think anybody would like to hear, oh, my electricity gonna cut tomorrow, or my water bill gonna cut tomorrow, or your landlord bugging me because my rent ain't up to date. Man, we need a raise of salary. And that will be the double. Not one time double, one belly full. You have fish for one day, you full your belly, what about the rest days? Nobody is gonna want to eat you for the rest days. Where you going, you hear? Raise the salary. And you need to bring home Elimat.
Thank you very much, Carla. You have a wonderful night. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to On The Mark. Let's stick with the lines. You have another caller. Caller, you are on the mark. Good night.
Good day again, Troy.
How are you, sir?
Yeah, not too bad. Troy, in any part of the world, you always got minimum wage for the ordinary people. You got construction workers. You got hotel workers. You got different workers class working in the stores and all kind of thing. And people work and they get the money. Whether it's 400 the minimum wage, 500 the minimum wage, or 3 something the minimum wage. You know, that is where sometimes you're set to go. But nobody must stay, you know, must stay working for minimum wage all the time. Listen me, Troy, I was talking to some young man the other day. Because they make me panic it. Man, tell the Prime Minister we want to raise. I said, want to raise the door. Why do you want to raise the door? Do this? Man, you tell him I want to raise, man. We want to raise. We want $500. I said, brother, let me tell you, right? You could up on a construction site. Buy a rule. Buy a level. Buy a child. Right? And learn a trade. And let me tell you that you can work for $160, $200 a day. Because I know construction contractor down here paying mason and carpenter $200 a day. When you go on the big construction site, you know they're never got the price on set. So you might get a $150, $160 a day. You understand? So people got this, if the country, if the government got to raise everybody's salary. Everybody's salary got to raise by $500 a thing. Cost of living going up, this going up, that going up. and whatever. People, we got to step up. People got, listen, you know, must stay working for minimum wage. Right. But try, let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
When I started from school, the first thing my father said me got Cologne, I trade. And all the time I done for cane, you know, it took help my mother for cane, weed cane and do all that kind of thing, you know. And I went out there, loan a trade, loan to run blocks, loan to plaster, loan to run tiles, and do these different things in the construction site. From that, I end up in the hotel. I end up cut sugar cane. I end up do all kind of different work in the country. Right now, we are doing now, we're doing a little landscaping. Forget, I used to farm too. I used to farm. I raise livestock, I raise animals, I plant nuts, I plant sweet potato. I do everything to make a living. So, in the sugar, you know, working in the sugar industry, the money was small. The money was small when I was working in the sugar industry because sometimes construction work slow and you crop on, you can work out sugar cane because things slow and you want to make something still. But all them time, when I working in the construction, I working in the sugar industry, I working in a hotel, doing part-time work.
So you're doing multiple jobs to make ends meet?
Yeah. I'm going to try where idea now, from where I come from. I want to thank God for his wisdom and his knowledge and his understanding he give me. That me not got to depend on no government, nobody, to give me all. Me got to depend on God and do what I got to do. People with grudge and try to do all manner of things because they see you industrious, they see you like work. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
I say that nobody must get a raise. But people must get a raise by the standard and the performance. A lot of us want to raise and want work. A lot of us want to work 2 hours and want raise. Want work 3 hours, 4 hours and want raise. You understand? They don't see that. They don't talk about that. Oh, but just get raise. You understand? You got to perform to get a raise. But I try you have a wonderful night again. Good night again, brother.
Thank you very much, and I really appreciate the things that you said.
And good night to me, good friend up here in America, Sam Bean from Sunny Point. Sam Bean, good night, and you're listening. All right then.
Thank you very much. 25 minutes, moving up on the 10 o'clock hour. And we have another caller. Let's stick to the lines. Caller, you're on the mark. Good night.
Yes, this Miller's calling. Nonsense and common sense is too fun to the frontness, you know. That's a repeat on all because me and them don't get on. They come and bash me, they come in a minute thing with just what you saying, I just what to say. Oh, you mean? So me is a woman. Me could go in construction. I'm a housemaid. I mean, a woman, I must go up in the mountain, tumble on myself between cats. I don't know, some people don't know, people make the comments and leave it alone. Because he just keeping up, picking up, backing up a load of silliness just with what I say. How many nobody going to get raised up? When you have a jug of sweet oil, right?
Mm-hmm.
But just $40-something the other day. Now it's for 90. 90, me sure you hear a lot of people speaking about it, mister.
Mm-hmm.
The double.
The prices of a lot of things have gone up.
Because he don't have nobody to really to support because he have no kids and that's why he feel like you put out nonsense. And he working in the government sector. That's why he must not pussy me. If you him fully supporting the government. Some other people come and pass, man. Because they are keeping up the passing these remarks. But go on construction side. So me go on construction side. And you know who the construction people are looking now? You got to be the guy and you got to be Spanish or them deal. Right? You got bossman right now. They will never, they don't want to hire a kitchen. Because when they compare a kitchen $200 as he say, don't give the Spanish a little, maybe $80, $90. So he don't not think we're going and say he went in them side. He don't go. He used to do go in them side long time. The people make the comments and he go where he going to go. The government who going to look for us. I said, we want $500 a week and he done. You know, he make it go, Mister, he getting $500 and plus his salary. That's why you see him coming on. So maybe he don't get at it bad, you know. Because he believe he's smart and tricksy and him ain't no more school than me. He talking nonsense, I talking pure ENGLISH English, you know. Me talking no Spanish. I'm speaking about for everybody. We need to raise the salary. Raise the salary. May the good Lord help me. Everything going up high and salary low. Can't blame us all. It ain't coming from the outer world. But you still could raise the salary. Oh, let me tell you. Right? We are these big people. These people, we put them in there. As minister, the Bible says, well, we must respect them because we put them. They're getting, when you sit back and you saw the sweep in the country, like with you know, them long-term cabbage trail broom, cabbage broom, the people used to go look. Because they say they want the coconut broom because the broom cannot sweep the yard clean. It's so. But them there, because they're just one-sided. They're talking the young guy house allowance, travel allowance, this allowance, all allowance. But about me, the poor woman, can't get nothing at all. My other business, they ain't doing good and they won't give me nothing. My main studying with them because by the help of the God, the Lord, I must live. And I don't care when they come and they answer about me, they don't come and bash me a lot, but I don't ain't studying with them no car. Only he and somebody, maybe one or two other people will do it. But other people just say yes to talking sense. It's obvious the thing to talk them. So because a long time you used to say, oh, I love this person, I like Mark Brantley, I love Mark Brantley. So one day you're going to see the difference. You're going to say, me, Mark tell us he going to look for me, you know. He got on church got. Me I look at him down there, people under the way they call him tree again, the chocolate tree, them, they can't see him. That is not right. And that's how I say that if I don't care what they think about me here, this is my country, and I'm going to stay and talk about my country. And we're supposed to support one another.
Fair enough. We're supposed to live in love, definitely.
Treatment. One person get all, and nobody get none. Please.
Alright, you have a wonderful night. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to On The Mark. Just about 20 minutes more to go on the show. I think we're having a good show. The calls have been coming fast and furious. We've spoken about quite a few things. Double salary to Christmas, to the budget, to people wanting to talk about the raise and so on. You know, last week when we were in the budget here in Nevis, we have a caller. Let me go back to the lines. Caller, you're on the mark.
Hello, right? Troy?
Yes.
You remember I used a word, sustainability? Well, that word got, I think it's 4 syllables. Well, if some people cannot define a word, there is another word, 3 letters with period after each letter, and that is C period, O period, W period. You call it a cow. But each letter represents a book, and the C represents Colin. The O represents Oxford, and the W represents Webster. Anybody got problem defining a word, go in any one of them books there, you must find the meaning of it. That's all I will say about that. That's the reason why I use the word sustainability. About that. Now, the Constitution has been written from ever since. Some was just word about, and then the Constitution, now that is happening, it was written in 1983 when the Federation declared that we got independence. And so therefore, according to what the Constitution said, each administration have to follow it. They got to follow what the Constitution said to run the country. If you ain't making $1,000 a week, do you expect to go and stand up in a lobster dinner line when you're working for back and neck money? You can't do that. You cannot put your hat too high where you can't reach. Otherwise, you're going to have to walk naked. So the government is working according to what is there. You can't just because people say, well, oh, we want a raise, we want a raise. A raise is great mine. I'm not against it. If everybody could get a raise every day and don't go work, they will do it.
Yeah, but I mean, we have to consider what's happening right now. We're dealing with COVID-19. In some places, they have actually cut people's salary. In some places, they have actually had to lay off workers. Here in St. Kitts and Nevis, we should be talking about raise during the COVID-19 pandemic. Seriously, I mean, I heard the leader of the opposition talk about the raise, and you know, I chuckled to myself because I say, if you really consider what's happening in the world today, where countries are barely holding on and economies of all of these countries have been hit hard.
Exactly.
Then, I mean, sure, I would like a raise, but is it realistic? Is it in the best interest of the country?
No. They look, oh my God. In spite of this, what's happening? We are the smallest in the Western Hemisphere, independently. And look at all those big guns over there. Bigger than us geographically. Bigger than us with natural resources. And they are the ones who are cutting and trimming and laying off and running up and down the place, gone to IMF to borrow money to maintain and sustain the country. Look at our little dot. We are not even on the world map. You could hardly see us on the Caribbean map. And look how the government was able to maneuver and manage and keep the country afloat without telling Tom, Dick and Harry, well, boy, things rough, we got to lay you off. No. Little Antigua up there had to do different to what we're doing. We have to look beyond the horizon, not just look on the shore where the water touch when we talk. So when we can talk and criticize, make sure we go from way back, look how it used to be and how it is now and what we would like to see in the future. Anyway, let me give you this, you know. If you think them a Christian, wait till passing a see collection. Him heart and his face twist up with vex. Then when the darkness come wrong, they make some ridiculous move. You'll be surprised to see who the sex. It's only Jah, not even passing, only Jah alone. Jah alone a Christian. Good night, Troy.
Good night.
Merry Christmas to everybody. Jack, good night. And I wish everybody a peaceful Christmas, a troubleless Christmas, a respectful Christmas, a speak the truth Christmas, and stop telling lies Christmas. And a Happy New Year.
All right, brother. You take care.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to On The Mark. Do we have another call? Okay, we don't have we have a call. Caller, you're On The Mark. Good night.
You try?
Yes, brother.
You try, I believe that, right? The leader at the opposition, he expired. I listened to them talking about it. You know? But he expired, and I don't think he has nothing else to offer to the budget, and to just criticize and say all manner of thing about the budget. You understand? He expired. And I believe that the team unity government in the 6 years going to 7 years, they really show him up. They show him up. And they show him that where he could have, and with the SIDF program where he had doing so well, he could have treated the people better than that. Now listen, we're in a pandemic. We're in a pandemic, a world pandemic. And Dr. Harris and the team with a unity government, look at it. Look at it. Brilliant. Shining. That was the team unity, brilliant, shining. I believe that Ilang is around. I believe that it just sorry for the Labour Party. Because Ilang is around when the next election time come again. Is down the gun. You understand? I really listening to them now, and I'm talking about this and talking about that and talking about that. You know, I believe that Dr. Douglas should now take a bow. Brother, take a bow. Take a bow. And if you want to go back to practice the doctor, you go back to practice the doctor. If you want to find something to do, you go to find something to do. Because I believe you have nothing to contribute to the country. You was in government for 20 years. And a man was senior under you and come and show you up for 6 years. That's how it's really shot this man. And that is why the people are like, yeah, I'm going to negative something, I'm going to negative thing up. But this unity going to because the people are starving and starving. I don't care who educated, who liar, who doctor command, who this command and the other banging pot. I believe that the people of this country, no. The people of the federation, no. They see progress in the team unity. Some of them are talking about integrity, life and all kind of thing, coming up with all kind of nonsense. When the farmer government was here, not like that they was saying, all kind of thing was happening. Land was given away. This, that happened. Nobody was saying nothing. But all our trying now, because this team unity government paying more attention to the ordinary man and woman, they got a problem with it. Brother, I haven't still wired. Brother Troy, good night. Kalinati, people can call him, Archibald, good night. And good night again, Judge. Good night, Culture. And all those who listen to on the map. Good night. And Brother Mark, I was listening for a presentation tomorrow. Okay then, Troy.
Alright, you take care of yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to On The Mark. We keep it rolling. Please remember that come Saturday, this coming Saturday, the 18th of December, that we have the big fun day for all of the children. Bring out your children, let them have a good time for Christmas. It's Christmas time. We've been having, quite the lockdown year so far this year. And then bring them out and let them have a good time. And then don't forget the big block party on the 26th. That one starts at 5 p.m. and it goes until the music stops. Come on out and have a good time. We have a call on the line. Let's go back to the lines.
Yes, for 20 years, Mr. Douglas saying do nothing. Let me tell you, right, Mr. Troy, when Mr. Douglas first went into office, he see that the less fortunate people get a half a hackhead house. And that land was so huge that you could have built a big house on the land when you're done. Right? And I don't know why, because I never used to back them, I will never say that they never do nothing. They do a lot. Them do, Mr. Douglas do a lot. Because when you're going to take a poor man and put him in somewhere to live, we used to be on the street and all them, they do a lot. And I don't know why some people like bash saying things were going the wrong way to please them. The man do a lot and he was used to hear them people $50,000. Up to $100,000. He did a lot. Right? And that's because that's what they do. Somebody come behind and they say they're going to do better, but they look like the mama go over eyes. It's like if somebody kidnap you. What they gonna do? And put a black cloth or something, a hoodie or so over your face until you reach the destination. But where they want you to go? I don't care what they say. Look like it's a hoodie we get over my face, because let me tell you, how I see it playing like ABC is a hoodie we get over my face. I don't care what them to call in and say. One of them I get American money. They read from American Plus here. One of them I get more double here. The last one again more double here, so I ain't expect them to say nothing worse. And let me tell them that anybody supposed to be able to eat a lobster district they want. I eat one in 2017. Right at $90 a beer. You supposed to not talk about this and that. This supposed to only them one who are wrong supposed to eat the lobster dish. That's what I'm saying, and that's what they don't like, because we see how they like raise up the ants. I seen it playing like ABC, right? If they could eat the lobster dish, why me can't eat one? Why I must go eat when it back on the council?
All right, caller.
We don't care what they're trying to justify us, eh? I say we could do better, and I want to raise a salary. May the good last man, you have a good night. You all have a good Christmas with your family, and enjoy the rest and hope for 2020 could be better. People crying 2022. Our 2022 could be better because people is crying out. People feeling, people praying. When you walk down the road, people just begging you. Right? So, don't let them talk, and some of them hear them talking, they don't give away. They do not give away at all. Up to today, going on the road, somebody asking somebody for money. I say, Lord, for our country come a begging state now. Only who in the kitchen feeling the heat. And it's heat, it's hot to them right now, it's raining. So, let them hush their little mouth. Then we'll know what's going on, but the benefit in them, so they don't kill. Okay. I know what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to On the Mark. We have just about 5 minutes more. We could probably take 1-2 calls at most. Numbers to call 869-469-1616, 869-469-1700. Let me take the opportunity. Okay, let's go to the call first. We have a caller. Caller, you're on the mark.
Mr. Liebert?
Yes, good night.
You know, I'm listening to the program, right? On this program, I think this program is for mature and intelligent discussion. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you very much, caller. You have another caller? Okay, let me take this opportunity to, of course, mention the Fun Day again for the kids, and that's happening this coming Saturday, and it's at the Villa Grounds in Charlestown. So the Villa Grounds right next to Reliable Motors, just below the Charlestown Secondary School. So the kids' Fun Day, it's at the Villa Grounds. It starts at 2 p.m. and it finishes at 6 p.m. The St. John's Block Party, that block party is going to be on Beach Road, and it's going to be in the open plot of land. That's where the core band normally starts up for the long jam. The party is going to be there. It's there for now for the 3rd year running. Of course, that party is sponsored by the Honorable Mark Bentley and myself. It starts at 5 p.m. and it goes until the music stop or until the drinks or the food finish. There's going to be lots of food and lots of drinks as usual, and everything is of course free of cost. So do come on out, and that one is on the 26th. Of course, I want to mention again the opening of the Pinnis Park. Everybody has seen all of the work that's happening at the Pinnis Park. Right now, I think today they did some resurfacing of the road and so on leading up to the park, and the road leading down to the beach area. And that park is going to be opened on Sunday the 19th. Starts at 4:30 p.m. Don't let anybody tell you about the opening of the park. Come and witness it for yourself, so that sometime in the future you will be able to speak to your kids and your grandkids about the opening the park, and you can tell them, look, I was there when it happened. So certainly we have that happening. And of course our good friends from the NTA were here at the start of the show to promote the event, Nothing Like a Nivision Holiday, and that's happening this coming Saturday. It starts at 3 p.m. and ends at 7 p.m. and that's going to be at the Hermitage Hotel, We all know where the Hermitage Hotel is here on Nevis. So come on out. That's going to be an evening of fun and folklore, cooking and so on. And they're going to have a few artisans there to sell stuff. So if you're into that type of stuff and you want a Christmas gift or something like that, you can certainly go out at the Hermitage. That's this coming Saturday from 3 p.m. until 7 p.m. You know, the show has been a wonderful show, and I don't believe it's our last show for the year, but I don't know if I will be back here on the show next week, if we do a show next week. But I certainly want to take the opportunity to wish all, you know, a wonderful Christmas season, a wonderful holiday season, and you know, my hope is that 2022 would be a bright and prosperous year. My hope is that in 2022, all of the things that happened in 2020 and again in 2021 in relation to COVID-19 and so on, that we would put those in the rear view mirror in 2022, and we would, you know, get back to normal in 2022. I'm looking forward to seeing our young people in their sports and so on, and in all of the other activities that the young school children and so on have year after year. I'm looking forward to seeing those things in 2022. I'm looking forward to the mini Olympics coming back in 2022, the inter-primary school sports. I'm looking forward to our inter-high sports that we have here in Nevis coming back. I'm looking forward to going to the inter-high that's normally held over on St. Kitts. Looking forward to so many different things. Looking forward to Culturama in 2022. So, you know, my hope is that some of the things that have kept us down in 2021 and kept us apart in 2021, that we would be able to fully get past all of those things. Of course, in all that we do, we have to give thanks. So I want to give God thanks for all of his mercies and all that he has done to bring us this far in 2021, and I hope for his continued blessings and guidance over all of us going into 2022. So I hope that, you know, all of us, that we would have a successful year 2022. Of course, the show is normally rebroadcast at 1 on a Thursday. So if you didn't catch the show this evening, you can certainly tune into Van Radio tomorrow at 1. It's been a wonderful show. It's been I can't call it a wonderful 2021 because we've had so many challenges in 2021, but we have found ways to overcome those challenges. And my hope is that in 2022 that we will get past most of them and we'll get back to having the good time that we're accustomed to having, and by the grace of God, all things will go well for us in 2022. Thank you. That's our show for tonight.
The views and opinions expressed on the preceding program were solely those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Nevis Broadcasting Company Limited or its advertisers.